What up? What up? Day 42. I'm trying to a little different mood over here. It's a little darker, but I'm gonna try. Should I keep the hat off? Let's see, hat on. Hat. I'm gonna go with the hat off now. Um, Today the topic is about friendship and basically, being able to knowing when to cut some friends off, um, to move, not even to cut them off, just let's just say to move on from certain friendships, right? There comes a time where you have to move on from certain friendships. Sometimes you need to cut them off. Sometimes it happens due to space and time apart. Um, Many different reasons, but I wanted to read this one thing, and I think we all know what the definition of friendship is, but I wanted to read this one thing that I read on Instagram. It was pretty interesting. So let me go ahead and pull that up. I gotta start. You know what? I gotta start having it more like ready. Um, I think I know how to do it. All right. Being in your 30s will teach you that friendship comes in categories. Some people are your true circle, some are just familiar faces, and some were never really your friends at all. Here's the distinction no one talks about. Your 30s will expose the friendships you were forcing. There were people I called friends simply because I was too afraid to admit the connection had already died. If you stop calling today, would the friendship still exist? The answer will tell you everything. Some friendships are deep and lifelong. Some are fun but surface level. Some are convenient but expired, and some were never real to begin with. The sooner you know the difference, the more peace you'll have. Close friends, your inner circle, the ones who show up when it matters, clap for you even when they're struggling, correct you with love, not ego. These are friendships that feel light, safe, and real. The ones where you don't have to shrink yourself. Placeholders, the comfortable but stagnant friendships. These are the friendships you keep out of habit, not alignment. You know the energy has shifted, but you keep making excuses. You feel drained after every conversation, but you tell yourself it's just a phase. Deep down, you know it's time to let go. Associates, the familiar faces. You like them, but you don't confide in them. You can vent to them, but not about the real stuff. You can enjoy their company, but if you call them at 2 a.m., they wouldn't pick up. And that's okay as long as you don't mistake them for close friends. There are friends who secretly don't like you. They love being around you, but resent the attention you get. They support you, but only when they feel above you. Watch how they move when you start glowing. Their smiles will stay the same, but their energy won't. Your 30s will wake you up to the fact that some people like you better when you're insecure. Some friendships only lasted because you did all the work. Some people were never clapping for you. They're just close enough to watch. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The friendships that are meant for you will never feel heavy. Real ones don't make you question your worth. Real ones don't celebrate your losses louder than your wins. Real ones never require you to shrink yourself to fit in. Friendships are meant to feel safe, not suffocating. If a connection drains you more than it fuels you, you have permission to walk away. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to you. Growth means accepting that some friendships are meant to expire. Okay. Oh, is that the beginning? Being in your 30s is realizing that some friendships were built on convenience, not connection. Some expired years ago, but you kept holding on. Some were never meant to last forever. Letting go doesn't mean you're bitter, it means you're at peace. All right, so that's that. And let me go back to the beginning of this real quick because I do. was this one part? All right. So first of all, it says some friendships are deep and lifelong. Some are fun but surface level. Some are convenient but expired, and some were never real to begin with. I feel like the one. All right, so friends, this fun. I don't even count them as friends just because we have fun together. I just see you as an associate. Real friends, it's only one definition to me, and one way I look at friendship, and is that person that I could count on, that I can call and talk about anything, and that does have my back and does celebrate my wins, even when they are struggling, like this lady said. There's a lot of friendships out there that's not like that. I've had to cut people off in my life because of that. Friends that was pretty much childhood friends, not childhood and from adolescence, I should say, right? And I had to reflect, and when I look back, I really felt like there was a underlying competition at times with this person. I mean, yeah, there was an underlying competition at times with this person, and they didn't really seem to, like this lady said, clap for me when they were struggling. Usually, when they were struggling, they disappear. But I'm like, yo, if we friends, you know what I mean? Um, I still want to be able to interact with you. I still want to be able to talk to you. If I'm doing okay, if I got things that I'm celebrating, I want to be able to hit you up and be like, yo, this will happen, even if you're not doing well. Because if it was vice versa and I wasn't doing well, and you got good things going on, I'm still gonna be there for you. But I only really heard from them when they was up, and then it was and it was constantly a thing of like, look what I'm doing now. Like, even so, I wouldn't when I have friends, I'm not always talking about just the good. I'm talking about bad, good, whatever, right? And if I know a person is down, I might not talk about all my good all the time. And it's not because I think they're gonna hate or anything like that. It's just sometimes it's still hard for people to deal with. And not only that, if they're going through something now, I feel like I should be there for them. I could still talk about some of the good things and they will support. But this one particular friend didn't seem to do that. They would disappear whenever they was down. But then when they come around, if they was up, it was always, yo, look what I got. Like it was always a competition. And it was like, I ain't seen you in a while. I just want to be, talking about and reminiscing about the wild shit we used to do back in the day and stuff like that. And it didn't it was crazy. Then when I was going through some one of the worst moments of my life, they seemed to be there for me. And I thought, that's part of friendship. But really, secretly, I feel like, hey, they could be feeling like it's good to know that he going through this. You know what I mean? Because now they feel like they're above me. So yeah, people will be there for you at times where you're at your lowest, but it's literally because it boosts them up. It makes them feel better about themselves. You know what I mean? That's when you got to check back to see when they're doing bad and you're doing good, do they disappear? A lot of people always try to say, oh, I had to clear my head. Nah, when it's your friend, that's the person you lean on, is the friend. You don't just disappear. Handling everything by yourself, it's not going to work out, right? So you need somebody that you can lean on. But when you're doing bad and they're doing pretty good and they disappear, that's when this, they're having they're secretly in competition with you, and they don't always want to talk about all the shit they're going through. They'll later tell you afterward, but sometimes they don't tell you when they're going through it. In my opinion, friends are there during the good times and bad times. My mom always told me not to call everybody your friend. That's an earned title. Yes, I agree. And my mom always told me the same thing. Ma. But that's I just read that comment. For those who watching a replay, that was my mom who wrote that. So I feel the same way, not to call everybody your friend. So I never did. call everybody my friends. I was real reluctant on it, but I did have a friend that I thought was a friend, um, because we kind of was uh we had a struggle bond. You know what I mean? Going through the same type of struggles, and that's how we bonded. And then we was there for each other. But I seen him more as a friend. And when I really reflect on a lot of points in my life where I was at my lowest, I realized that that person wasn't there for me. Now I also have a friend now that, um, even in the moments where he's not at his best and I have celebrations, they're still able to celebrate for me. Even at times where, I'm doing bad and they're doing bad, they're there for me. If they're doing good and I'm doing bad, they're there for me. So it's a different type of friendship, and it's a healthier friendship. But but yeah, that's a real serious thing. You got to be able to differentiate people who are really there for you, who are true friends, and it is based off how they show up for you in all aspects. Do they show up for you when you're doing good and they're doing bad? Because that's a big indicator. If you're doing good, but it also depends, because if you're doing good and they're doing bad and they're there for you, but it's really because they need something from you, that's a whole different thing. Because now they could just be, oh, I'm gonna be around because he's doing good or she's doing good, and I'm doing bad, and I need they help. But then once they out of that hole, they start to disappear. Then that's not really a friendship. So it's so many different layers to it that you have to really evaluate and see. But the hardest thing, like this lady said in this text, was, you know knowing to when to let it go, like, and not being afraid to let that friendship go. Now sometimes people do let things go too easy. So I'm not a proponent for just cutting people out of your life. Certain things you got to work on, but over time you'll be able to tell if you see the same pattern over and over and over, and you express to this person, verbally, what you feeling, what you thinking, and you don't see any changes, then okay, they may not see me as a real friend. Maybe they secretly envious of me, and that's the hardest thing to kind of grasp with. And this could happen with family as well. Family that is like your friend is, some people, their family, their brothers, their sisters is their best friends, and that can happen with them as well. You know, this lady said in here, if you don't reach out to them, let me pull it back up again. If you don't reach out to them, how often? Where's it at? Some friendships are deep and lifelong. No, that's not it. Placeholders. I don't think that's it neither. There are friends who secretly don't like you. They love being around you, but resent the attention you get. They support you, but only when they feel above you. Watch how they move when you start glowing. No, that's not it neither. Some people like you better when you were insecure. Some friendships only lasted because you did all the work. Yeah, there you go, all the work. Some people were never clapping for you. They were just close enough to watch. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The friendships that are meant for you will never feel heavy. Real ones don't make you question your worth. Real ones don't celebrate your losses louder than your wins. Real ones never require you to shrink yourself to fit in. If a connection drains you more than it fuels you, you have permission to walk away. Yeah, I'm big on that. Like, that's when I had to learn to walk away. Was, okay, this person is draining me more. And even during like arguments and stuff like that with this person, realizing we could be arguing about something like sports, which I don't know what women argue about in their friendships, but man, we always talk about sports. We always debating about sports and stuff. And the person attacking my character to make his points is crazy. You know what I mean? That's when I realized, like, yeah, you're not really a friend. And it was hard to let go because this is a person that I always felt was a friend, but at some point I had to say, you know what, this ain't healthy for me, and I let it go. You know, so um, hold on one second. My fault, y'all. But yeah, so just being mindful of the type of friends you have around you. Just because they fun to be around doesn't mean they true friends. Just because they seem to be there for you at your lowest points doesn't mean that they're real friends. It can look like that, but they really are just feeling superior to you, so that's why they're around. It makes them feel better that you're doing bad. It makes them feel better about themselves, especially if they secretly envy you. If they think that you're my fault better, if they really feel like that you're better than them, whenever you take a loss, they love it. You know what I mean? It fuels them. It makes them feel good, and they're like, yeah, this person needs me. So it's different ways, different things that make you feel like you need to walk away. And if you really feeling it deep down inside, don't be afraid. The thing is, people feel like we can't get new friends, but when we got that friend, for the most part, because most people don't have their friend from first grade in their life, right? But when we got that friend, we didn't think that friend was going to be a friend, and then they end up being a friend, right? So you can always get new friends the same way you can get new relationships. Um, if it becomes too toxic for you, if it becomes too draining, you have to go. Some of the reasons you have to walk away from friendships simply sometimes is because they're holding you back. It might not be a jealousy thing or anything. Sometimes you just got to walk away from a friendship because you're trying to prosper in life and they're not, right? Everyone knows this, but sometimes it's just here that it's good to hear it again. You're going on this trajectory over here, and they just want to stay stagnant. They don't want to do anything better with their life. You trying to put them on, and that's another thing we feel guilty, right? Because we're leaving the friend, but that friend doesn't really want to, go down this road with you to prosperity. They just stuck. Um, Sometimes they kind of do want to go down this road. You're trying to nudge them, but their priorities is just not in order. And then you still feel like, yo, I'm pulling like this anchor, you know what I'm saying? And it's just holding me down. And I can go so much further if I could just cut ties right here. But you feel guilty because you're like, oh, that's my friend. I don't want to do that. But sometimes it's necessary because if they're not trying to move with you, then you just got to do what you got to do because you only get one life, and you want to celebrate these things with your friends because you're like, yo, I remember when we were struggling together, so I would love to celebrate these things with you. And I know, and then the bonding, you just enjoy their company and stuff. But when you move into a different space, mindset, and all of that, you'll create new bonds with new people, right? You'll create new bonds with new people wherever you go. If you end up moving from one country to another, you'll create new bonds over there with people over there, and the bond doesn't have to come from y'all both struggling together. You can still enjoy that person's company, um, even if y'all didn't once struggle together. So the struggle love, people know of that in relationships, romantic relationships, but it happens in friendships too. You know what I mean? Y'all love for each other because of the struggle y'all went through at one point together. But if you're on this path and they're not either on that path with you, then you just have to lead them alone. Or maybe they're on a different path. Maybe y'all both could be prospering, but y'all going in different paths. Sometimes time, distance, a friendship just fades. Doesn't mean you dislike them, doesn't mean you have hate for them or anything like that. But it is what it is. You just move on and you find someone else. Not that you out there searching, but you just people are meant to connect with other people. So we're all going to connect at some point. I don't care if you into the weirdest thing ever, you're going to find somebody. Your vibrations will just attract to each other. Your energy will attract, and you will find someone that's into the same weird shit you into. Doesn't matter. So being afraid to walk away from a friendship is it's not something that people need to be too concerned about. Keep it moving. You'll be okay. Just know when it's time to move on, and that's the biggest thing. And that's the thing I liked about this little text right here. Friendships are meant to feel safe, not suffocating. What else she put up here? I was still trying to find out one thing she put up here. Let's see what some of the comments say. Definitely finding out who genuinely loves me at 44 is crazy. Gotta let them go for your own peace of mind. I agree. I realize I don't have friends because when I stop reaching out, nobody reaches out to me. Yeah, that happens. And for those people who don't do it, I'll be wondering what are they thinking? You know, like what are they thinking? And I know somebody. I probably should have split the screen out, but I know somebody that will call me a friend. It's people out there too that really sit there and just act like you're their friend. And I always was worried about that. A person that claims me as a friend or a brother, like, yo, this is my brother, you know what I'm saying? Too early. I'd be like, yo, nah, man. I always from a teenage age used to tell one some of my friends then, but one in particular, like, yo, somebody's doing that, be wary of them. It's like Cam and Paid in Full. Rico. You know what I'm saying? You see, he was on that, yo, you my brother, blah, 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 and he ended up shooting the dude at the end. You know what I mean? So yeah, if people do that, but I know somebody like that we cool. Like when we around each other, it's fun hangout time or whatever, and they be saying that, but all that friendship stuff. But I realized that he didn't really invite me out to do things, but I would see him doing things with other people. Never would hit me up like, yo, you trying to come, or none of that. You know what I mean? And it always made me question their friendship. But then it was always when it came down to business stuff, yo, we got to do this. We. Like, where's all that we stuff when, you know, because we didn't meet on business. We met on, you know, we met in the gym, but it was supposed to be, we ended up being friends. But it was all that we stuff went out the window when it was time for him to hang out, like, just, you know. And I'm like, damn, son, you don't ever hit me up to see if I'm trying to hang out or anything like that. And it made me look at him different. It made me realize, oh, he's not really a friend. He's just an associate that is claiming to be a friend, which every time, like I said, every time someone, you know, portrays himself to be a friend too early, then it makes me question them. And it never fails. Every single one. Hasn't been a person in my life. Every single one that they do that, they either betray me later, or you just see that they never was really your friend. They always would you know, leave you out of things and stuff like that. He said, son, you remember when you were wilding out at Cracker Barrel? Nah, I don't remember that. I was wilding out at Cracker Barrel. I don't remember. That was mad random. I hope this is about this topic, because I don't remember that, yeah. But either way, you know, it's crazy. Like, people beware of those people too. There's always we when it's come down to trying to making some money and stuff like that. You know, they claim to be your friend, but it's because they want you for your brain, for your business mind, but they really don't see you as a friend. So the moment, you know, it's time for them to go hang out, you see them hanging out with everybody else, you know, and I'm not talking about friends that they had before you, friends that they had after you. And you see them hanging out with everybody else. They never hit you up talking about, yo, you know, come through, come hang out, blah, 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 blah. It's never that. It's always just when they need you for something, right? So you gotta be wary of those friends. People something else, yeah. I never been that type of person. I taught a lot of people about how to be a friend, like straight up. A lot of my friends, even some of the people I'm talking about, tells me, "Yo, you taught me a lot about how to be a friend." No bullshit. If I'm lying, whoever watching these could tell me, nah, you don't know what it's like to be a friend, because I'm sure some of my friends, I know one for sure is watching, but I've taught a lot of people about how to be a friend. And I'm not saying I was a perfect friend, you know what I mean? But I taught a lot of people about how to be a friend. The two of us, I think you were supposed to put us. We had a friendly all you can. Oh, we had a friendly all you can eat competition. Yo, that was mad random, son. I do remember that competition at Golden Corral, son, that we had. I remember because like midway through the competition on the all you can eat competition. So for those who are unaware, me and my boy DJ IMB, right? My boy Barry, it was, I don't know what the occasion was. Why was we all at Golden Corral? I know my family was there, my ex-wife and kids, and then some other close friends at the time. They're not even friends anymore because they was greasy. One of the people that held us down. But we was at an all you could eat, me and Barry. So I'm eating. We just going back and forth. Everybody now, mind you, we were young and we were in the lifting crazy. You know what I mean? So everybody knew we was trying to bulk and all that. And midway, I slid off, went to a hotel because I wasn't going to go to the corral bathroom. Went to the hotel, took a dookie, and came back. I had to empty out the stomach. Because I wasn't trying to lose the competition, you know what I mean? But my stomach was getting full, so I had to drop a load off. Then I came back. And then, we finished off that competition. It takes a lot for you to call someone a true friend. Yeah, it does take a lot. It does. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, be wary of all those people. You know what I mean? People that just don't seem to be there for you. When like for little things, it could be from they never hit you up to go hang out, but yet you always see them hanging out. But when they hit you up, they always hitting you up on some weed because they need you for whatever thing it is, whatever business. Because I'm into business, so people hit me up and then ask, like, yo, let's do this together. Nah, you know what I mean? Because you kind of showed me your character over here, and a lot of times, you're not needed. You need me. I don't need you in this situation. So if you wasn't, and we met on a friendship level, so why all of a sudden now you coming around, go ask some other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's one. People who there for you, people who seem to be there for you at your low points. It's not always because they're there for you when you at your lowest. It's because they're a true friend. It's because they are secretly feeling more superior to you and they love it. But when they're down, or y'all just on even, if y'all on even playing fields, they might converse with you because they on even playing fields, so they might vent. But if you're up and they down, they disappear because they don't want to feel inferior. But if you're really up, then they might come to you, because they trying to get something from you. Like, yeah, you done came up, yo, put me on. You know what I mean? So it's different reasons why. But real friends, they're gonna support you. Sure, it could be times where y'all drift apart because of time. You know what I mean? And people have families and stuff like that, so you might not talk as often. But nowadays, with all these ways of communication, you got Instagram, you got YouTube, right? But Instagram, right? That's part of the friendship now. If you ain't sending me 10 reels a day, are you really my friend? You know what I mean? Because it's a bunch of information out there that I should know. And if you ain't sending me some of that, then you're not a real friend. There's a bunch of things that's gonna make me laugh to make my day better. And if you're not sending me some of that, then you're not my friend. You know what I mean? So, but on some real talk, like you kind of know those people. I seen a thing talking about that, and I sent it to some of my friends. You know what I mean? And loved ones. Like I'm thinking about you. This is why I send this. I don't send it to every single person, but I'm thinking about you. So when I send you some health stuff, it's because I'm thinking about you, and I know that you know you might struggle with this thing, or even if it's something you don't struggle with. Like I give you something with like sometimes it can be someone suffers with iron. So I'm like, yo, I send them something to say this is the best way to take iron and how it's the best way to absorb it, have other vitamins to help absorb it. Or my homeboy is into fitness, or even some other people that's into fitness. I might send them some stuff. Or if you're trying to get into fitness, it's so many different reasons, right? But DJ IMB, if you ain't sending me reels, we beefing. Now, I will tell you, you might send me a bunch of reels and I might not respond to them because I'll get people to get on me about that. But I do. But even when someone pointed it out to me, Barry, I started responding a little bit more. I was like, all right, let me respond a little bit more. But a lot of people at the end of the day, you know, if I'm sending you that stuff, it's because I'm thinking about you. You know what I mean? And you somebody in my circle, you somebody that I got love for. And if you're sending it to me, even if it was somebody that wasn't really like in my immediate circle, maybe we never really truly built a huge friendship or anything like that, but I noticed they sending me stuff, then that means that they thinking about me. And if you thinking about me, I automatically got love for you. So I'm gonna be sending you stuff in return. You feel what I'm saying? So as I say that, somebody just sent me a reel just now. He need to be watching, to be honest with you. Let me see, is he watching? He might have said, oh yeah, he is watching. Yeah, you know what I mean? These are friends. And see, this is a friend right here that I met that it was unexpected. I was grown. How old was I at the time? Shit, I don't even know. But I was grown. So it's never too late to meet new friends. And sometimes you got to cut off others to meet new ones, right? You know, you got to make space. Think about it like that. Yo, this friend is not really holding me down like that. Like they holding me back. I can't prosper because they my friend. They always needing something from me constantly. They're never on the same wavelength. I'm trying to tell them about how we can get this money this way, or how we can become fit, or be better fathers, or be better men, and they just doing other dumb shit, right? You got to make space for a new one. In order, it's just a finite amount of friends you're gonna have in your life, period. True friends. Let's just say if that magic number is 5. When one starts, like, you know, it starts fading, you start feeling like, oh man, you gotta cut them off, yo, so you could be able to replace them with somebody else. Don't be afraid to do it. Not everybody's meant to be in your life for the rest of your life, right? Not even sometimes spouses, which is crazy because when you get married, you think it's going to be forever. And that's still always my plan. But it doesn't always happen. So you can't cry about it. You just got to move on. You know, so same thing with friends. You can't cry about it. You just got to move on. Just know that everybody's not meant to be there, and you'll be okay. Damn, yo, my bad. I was looking at my sports bets. The Detroit Pistons is beating the shit out of the Chicago Bulls, 71-29 in the end of the second quarter. 29. That's terrible. Anyways, but yeah, ups and downs and friendships gonna happen. You know, families start creating families, and y'all might not see each other as often. Y'all might not speak as often. But then, you know, I always try to make sure I check in from time to time. If I feel like if I haven't talked to you in a while, I try to check in. But if we constantly sending each other reels, that's our communication. That's definitely our communication. But I would still call just to check in, yo, see how you doing. But even the people watching, these are friends. That's why they watching. They supporting. I'm sure they got better things they could be doing, but they watching because they support, and I appreciate that. So I think I'm gonna end it right here, unless y'all got something else to say, because now I'm just kind of dragging it on. You know what? Let me see if I got something else. Another video, something funny real quick. Leave y'all with something funny. I mean, y'all probably already seen this though. All right, hold up. Oh, okay, yo, this is wild right here. This is wild. All right, here we go. Let me. Watch this.
Working. The same reason you're not working.
Hold on, let me go back.
Did you? Because I don't know any black people that have ever adopted.
All right.
Why is the internet not working? The same reason you're not working. Did you turn off the internet? Maybe. Turn it back on now. No. Turn back on the freaking internet. No. Mom. No. You better turn back on that freaking internet right now. Locking the door. Open up! No. I was just about to start a new game. My friends are wondering where I went. Oh, I'm sure. You already embarrassed the crap out of me. Now you're gonna pull me away from Call of Duty.
Yo, it gets real with Call of Duty. Oh, hold on, let me keep going.
Open this damn door. Oh, you said a no word.
You said a no word. This parent-child dynamic is weird. Just weird. Because this ain't happening.
A dog. I can say what I want. Let me in this house. Let me in. Oh my God. Woo! Here's William.
Yo, the comedic timing on that, yo. And this is real, but while he do that, what movie was that? The Shining, right? With Jack Nicholson? Is that correct?
What did you just do to my door? You're gonna fix that! William! William! Stop it! William! I told you to turn it back on! Oh my gosh! I told you so! Oh my gosh! What are you doing? Turn it back on my end! Oh no, you're not! No, you're gonna clean this up and buy me a door, and I'm gonna add that to the rent! Oh my gosh! Hey! That's it. Why is the
Yo, that was crazy. That's insane. Ain't no way. I would never. I'd be scared for my life. Yo, this dude, the Here's William, that right there was classic. That was classic. But that's a weird dynamic. Why does he even feel that comfortable? That's not happening in a Black and Hispanic or Asian household. It's not happening. And I said, I ain't just say, a lot of people say it ain't happening in Black, but Hispanic or Asian. The Asians ain't dealing with that neither, yo. Or Middle Eastern. You know what I'm saying? That's some white people shit, yo. I hate to say it, but it really is, because that is not happening. That dude was spazzing out. And to feel comfortable talking to your moms like that and yelling and breaking down the door over Call of Duty. Let me go back to it one more time.
Internet not working. The same reason you're not working. Did you turn off the internet?
Somebody put Black family would have been like services for William will proceed this Friday at 11 a.m. Family hours at 10 a.m. Yo, this is crazy.
Baby,
Turn it back on now!
no,
Turn back on the freaking internet!
no,
Mom!
no.
You better turn back on that freaking internet right now!
Locking the door.
Open up!
No.
I was just about to start a new game! My friends are wondering where I went!
Oh, I'm sure.
You already embarrassed the crap out of me. Now you're gonna pull me away from Call of Duty. Oh,
Somebody said it's a skit. I don't know if it is or not, but all right. I'm gonna end it right there. That was crazy though. Yeah, just had to leave y'all with a little something funny because that shit was hilarious to me. Till next time, peace.